2. Check. 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Oh, we are live. What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. Hey, y'all gotta forgive me, all right? It's Monday. All right, I hope y'all are having a great start to your Monday. Well, you had a good start to your Monday morning. It's now Monday afternoon. I had a good weekend and ready to kick off the show. Still a little bit sick, but I got y'all, all right? All right, we have a great show set up for you guys today. In breaking news, TMZ gets a fourth ransom email demanding a reward for information. Also, there has been DNA found on a glove. In lead stories, was Jay-Z exposed or trolled by DJ Vlad's tweets that went viral over the weekend? We will break that down and discuss it. Also, Obama addresses Trump's ape post and also talks aliens. I think that alien conversation is probably going more viral than the ape response. In quick news, we're going to talk Ray J, Obama, Michael Jordan, Beyonce, and Offset trying to get Cardi B back. Allegedly, he bought her a Valentine's Day present. As always, we're going to go directly to the comment section and see what you guys have to say and discuss with you guys right after quick news. Then we will close out the show, as we always do, with Lesson of the Day. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, radio, your devices up. Come on. I'm not normally this hyped for a Monday, but I'm ready. And I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Yeah, kind of awkward. Oh my gosh. Normally I'm just like chilling on a Monday. I'm like, oh guys, come on. It's a Monday. What's going on? But I feel good, and it's weird because I'm actually been sick for the past like 2 days. Like I said at the top, I hope you guys had a great start to your Monday. I feel like Mondays are kind of iffy. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. But hey, y'all know my job is to come on here in the afternoon and help you get through the rest of your Monday. All right. So I'm going to get right to the show. As always, like I've been doing for the past week, a quick programming note because we are changing things up a little. We, of course, are live. Welcome to everybody live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Kick. For those of you who are on YouTube, we have 2 streams going. We have a mobile stream and we have a TV laptop stream. If you're on your television or if you're on your laptop and you see 2 black boxes on the side of me, you are on the wrong stream. That means you are on the mobile stream. Mobile, you'll know if I fit on your screen, you'll know. The way for you guys to know, we have put a little cell phone emoji and brackets in an M, okay? And lastly, especially for the out louders who like to comment in the comment section, if you're on the mobile feed, you will not see the TV feed or laptop feed and vice versa. My suggestion is the out louders, the crew that comes here daily. If you guys want to talk amongst each other, I suggest using the TV feed. Even if you're on your mobile, use the TV feed. That is the main feed. That is the most reliable. All right. So that is just programming notes. And also for those of you on Instagram, your comments do not feed into my thing here, but at the end of comments of the day, I will go over to Instagram and check you guys out. All right. Woo! All right. Let's get to this show. The first thing up to bat is Nancy Guthrie. Obviously, everybody around the world is still very, very, very interested in this story. If I'm not mistaken, we're entering into the 3rd week of the search for Nancy. And of course, my heart breaks for Nancy. I'm sure like most of you guys feel the same way. Well, not just Nancy, but Nancy and her entire family. Over the weekend, Savannah put out another heartfelt message saying, you know what, whoever has her, it's not too late. It's not too late to do the right thing. We're here, etc., etc. You know that they have come out and said, we're ready to give you the $6 million. We just need proof of life. We need something. And apparently, the abductors have not replied except for those 2 emails that they sent back, I think, within the first week. Now, the 2 things that we are going to focus on is TMZ has gotten a 4th email from somebody who says that they know the people who abducted Nancy, and they do mention that it is more than one person, and they keep on asking for the reward money, which was $50,000 and now is $100,000. and they don't want to go through the normal police channels. They decide they want to go through TMZ. So we're going to talk about the development over the weekend. Then we're going to talk about that fourth email. And I still find it a little bit weird that it's $100,000. Why wouldn't they just give it to them? Why wouldn't even TMZ just give it to them? Like, they can afford it. TMZ is owned by Fox. But we are going to break it all down. One thing I want to start out with is the information that came out on Friday night, if I'm not mistaken. There was a lot of movement going on. There were a lot of activity. And I think there was 2 or 3 suspects that were looked into. I was on TMZ, I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday, and I had predicted with the release of now the second Ring or Nest cam, I was like, look, this is going to get them a lot closer. Literally 24 hours later, there were 4 new suspects that the police have investigated. It turns out that they were not the people, but like I said, whenever those videos come out, there's a lot of movement. So I just want to start with that, and then we'll get over to TMZ, all right? So here is what happened Friday night. And TMZ had me on yesterday, and I told you guys within 24 to 48 hours, they were going to be making an arrest or a major development in this case. Listen to this.
There is an active SWAT situation happening right now. Earlier, I reported that the SWAT team was staging. They have now moved in on a house in Pima County. And again, we're keeping our lights off because we're very, very close to where this is happening. And we don't want to interfere at all. And we don't want to reveal our location, obviously. We don't want to compromise the investigation. But I know that they have already, from what I can tell, pulled 2 people out of a house. And I know that this is connected to the Nancy Guthrie investigation. That I have confirmed. Whether this is going to pan out into something significant or whether we're going to sort of see what happened the other night with the man who was detained and then released, that I cannot tell you. But the amount of resources here is massive. We saw dozens of SWAT members. We saw at least 2 SWAT trucks fully armored. There's the FBI that is now out here. There's the Pima County Sheriff's Office. And there's at least, I must have followed at least 24 sheriff's deputies and FBI cars into this neighborhood where I am now.
We'll talk about this. Okay, so a lot of big movement going on over the weekend. And like I just said to you before, there's no longer just one suspect they're looking at, okay? And like I've always said, the police are only going to tell us what we need to know. So from what I've heard, allegedly, there may have been still detaining some of those suspects from Friday night. Now, let's move on from the suspects and go over to a video that Harvey and TMZ put out this morning with the first letter. And again, sorry, with the fourth email. Again, y'all let me know in the comment section if you don't find this a little suspicious. The whole entire world is looking for Nancy. Donald Trump came out today and said, if you guys do not return Nancy back alive, when we find you, we're going to give you the unaliving penalty. This is the most powerful man in the world, okay? Now, you're going to hear Harvey saying, hey, we got a fourth email with somebody asking for $100,000 in Bitcoin. Give me $50,000 now. If my information checks out, give me the other $50,000 after. TMZ alone. Do you know the attention that this would bring them, the amount of hits they could make $100,000? That's why every time I talk about this, it just seems weird to me. So listen to Harvey's plea to this guy, over $100,000 that literally they could just wire to him, and it wouldn't even be a blip on their radar. It's $100,000. Take a listen to this.
Monday morning, we have received a fourth letter from the same person who says that he knows where Nancy Guthrie is and he wants money in return for the information. Essentially, he wants the reward. So I have something to say to you. And I've already talked to the FBI about this, that if you are not real, you're committing a crime, and you should know that. And this is a serious federal crime. If you are real, this is the fourth letter you've sent, and I should tell everybody that in this letter, it says, I know what I saw 5 days ago south of the border, and I was told to shut up, so I know who he is, and that was definitely Nancy with them. This is the second time he has referred to more than one person involved in this. He said there is a main person and there are others, and he said it here. He is saying that Nancy was taken to Mexico. Now, this is what he's saying. I'm not going to vouch for him, but this is the fourth letter. We have sent them all on to the FBI. And he also says one of the reasons he's worried about coming forward is he has a record. He has a burglary on his record from 10 years ago. So I don't know if you're real or not, if you're watching this. But if you are, and I have told the FBI that we're going to do this, they know this.
Okay, listen carefully. Here's the part.
If you're worried about getting this money, and you really do have this information, send it to us. You're sending us these letters. Send it to us. We will forward it to the FBI. And that way there's a record that we have that you supplied this information. If they find her and they find the kidnapper, then at least there is evidence, because we have it, that you're the one who provided the information. So this is a way for you to get that money if this really is legitimate.
Why isn't Harvey just sending him, say, look, you send me the $100,000, I'll send you the information. Like, find a way to get the information and send $1,000. So you're telling me the FBI, TMZ, who's owned by Fox News, is literally waiting and not giving this guy $100,000. It's either you don't believe him, but if you don't believe in, why is Harvey making a big deal every time they send a letter? And like I said, every time we talk about this, I'm sure TMZ is getting a bunch of letters and a bunch of actors and people trying to fraud them. There's something with this guy that Harvey and TMZ feels like they need to contact the FBI, and the FBI is involved with this one guy too. But why are you not giving him $100,000? Like, it makes no sense to me. Anyways, that is the latest with TMZ and Ransom. I just feel like this whole case has just gotten even weirder. Here is some technical info. This is an article that I found from News Nation. I just wanted to read parts of it to you guys. Glove with NDA appears to match glove of suspect in Guthrie video. The FBI received preliminary results on Saturday from glove found approximately 2 miles from the home of Nancy Guthrie. An FBI spokesman tells News Nation that one of the recovered gloves with an NDA profile appears to match the glove of the suspect on the surveillance video. Now, a lot of people feel like, oh, the NDA match. No, sorry, not the NDA, the DNA match. It's not a DNA match, the glove match. They were able to know that it was the same glove. Now, here is the DNA part. The agency is now awaiting quality control and official confirmation before putting the unknown male profile into SODIS, the national database unique to the Bureau. According to the FBI spokesman, this process takes around 24 hours from when the Bureau receives the DNA. In total, investigators have collected apparently 16 gloves from the area near the home. The agency notes that most of them were searcher gloves. The FBI has and will continue to provide assistance wherever the timeline permits. Also, there is a signal sniffer that is going around the Tucson, Arizona area trying to sniff out a pacemaker. So that's another way that they could maybe find Nancy. And I think that's about it that I have for you guys on Nancy. Unfortunately, we still don't have any other clues. And you just heard Harvey saying they feel like she might even be in Mexico already. So we will see. We will stay close to this. We're going to go over now to lead stories. We're going to talk Jay-Z and Barack Obama, who literally took over the entire weekend in the headlines. All right, let's go over there right now. Oops. Played the wrong one. Okay, let's kick things off with the Jiggaman, Jay-Z, and then we'll go over to Barack Obama, okay? So Jay-Z, well, technically DJ Vlad took over the weekend, and DJ Vlad posted this on Twitter about Jay-Z, and a lot of people believed it. I have a video for you that he did an interview saying he was just trolling, but you'll tell from the tweet that it's a little egregious. And yes, you could tell he's trolling, but a lot of people ran with it saying, hey, we've believed these things from Jay-Z for the past year or 2 years, and they think that Vlad is trying to put this out as a troll, but there's really some truth behind it, okay? So it starts off by saying, I have a confession. Rock Nation has been paying me to support Megan Thee Stallion. They also paid off all the jury members to convict Tory Lanez, and they bribed the judge too. Jay-Z did a verse for his grandson's new album. Right there, you could tell that that's just ridiculous. They paid off Megan Thee Stallion's doctor to lie about the fragments. She was never shot. The LA police are all on Jay-Z's payroll, and it doesn't stop with the LAPD, but y'all ain't ready to hear that part. The Mexican guy who poked up Tory Lanez, who do you think paid him to do that? You already know the answer. The three Supreme Court judges who denied Tory's appeal was also paid off by Rock Nation. He goes on to say that Jay-Z also paid off Donald Trump so he wouldn't pardon Tory Lanez. And even though it's a state case and Trump can't pardon Tory Lanez, he paid him off already because he knows that Donald Trump likes to bend the rules. So, like I said, there's a lot of things that are egregious in there that you know are not true. But for some reason, it just went viral. And I was listening to Vlad when he called into DJ Academics, which is his second interview. And he says, by his account right now, it has over 100 million impressions online. Now, for those of you who are not in the social media world, that is beyond viral, right? You viral as you go 5, 10 million. That's going viral. 100 million, that's Cat Williams and Shannon Sharp interview did 100 million impressions on YouTube, but still just trying to let you know. So it just goes to the fact that, you know, we've been talking about Jay-Z, Rock Nation, Beyonce, and even though Vlad is saying these egregious things, and he literally is saying, like, he was actually trying to prove a point, but I think it backfired. He was trying to prove a point to say, look, people are so silly now, and people are so quick to rush and judge Jay-Z and Beyonce and throw them under the bus. It doesn't matter how crazy the things are, people run with it. So it was apparently a tweet that he was talking about with somebody, and he's like, yo, watch this. Jay-Z, bribed the judge and rapped on his grandson's album. Well, I believe that. Yeah, Jay-Z paid off all the LAPD officers. Jay-Z paid off Donald Trump, and it went off. So just imagine the place we are in right now with Jay-Z and Beyonce. I keep telling you guys, whether you believe it or not, if it's true, if it's all lies, Beyonce and Jay-Z are in a really, really strange place that literally people are literally waiting for them to fail, and they will just jump onto any single little thing and run with it. Here is, just for context, here is Vlad calling into Sneako's stream to deny and confirm that it was all a troll. And this was 48 hours ago. People are still talking about it as if it was true. Take a listen.
Stay on that side. Vlad's calling me. Hey, Vlad, what's going on?
Yo, what's good?
How you doing, man? I'm on stream right now. Is it okay?
Sure, why not?
Okay, so I saw your tweets about Jay-Z and Rock Nation. Is everything okay? Are you in a safe spot?
Man, people just do not know sarcasm, do they? It's just, sarcasm really just goes over people's heads. It really surprises me.
Okay, so you're trolling.
Of course I'm trolling, man.
Okay, so what's the purpose of this? Is it
Jay did a verse on the judge's grandson's album? Like,
okay.
how is this not obvious?
Yeah, the timing is strange because now he's getting revealed in the Epstein files. So I'm sure especially a lot of people do see how Tory Lanez is innocent.
I guess, man. Do they really? I mean, he was convicted by 12 jurors.
Okay, let's not get into. They go and start talking, and he's telling you the reasons why he feels like Tory should stay in jail with the appeal, et cetera, et cetera. But I just really want to focus on the Jay-Z and Beyonce part. Stay tuned, because also in quick news, Beyonce is sending out some cryptic messages that I feel is important to kind of break down, which leads to more of this story. Okay. All right. So now let's go into our second lead story. Barack Obama finally addresses the tweet that Trump put out. I'll put up the picture here for those of you who may have forgotten. This is the picture that wasn't really in a video, technically speaking. This is the picture, the freeze frame of what Trump put out. I think it's around maybe a week or so ago. And we're going to play what Obama says. I'm going to play the full thing, and then I'm going to kind of just break it down because I feel like he missed an opportunity to do a lot more. And listen, I'm an Obama fan. I like Barack Obama. And one of the things I do like about him outside of the politics is yes, the way how he speaks, his charisma, the way that he doesn't let you rattle him, and he is going to maintain a certain standard, and it doesn't matter if it's Donald Trump or not. You're not going to get him off his game, and I totally respect that. However, I think now in 2026, when the midterm elections are on its way, after what just happened in Minnesota, and Minnesotans showing the world how to deal with Donald Trump and how to meet fire with fire and to not back down, I feel like Barack Obama missed an opportunity to ignite the base of the Democratic Party. And y'all know I'm not on either side. I'm just always talking strategy. When Donald Trump does something good or bad, I just give my point. And same thing here, like the Democrats, I feel a lot of you feel like I'm center left. I feel like this is the problem with the Democratic Party. You have a huge opportunity like this, and then you still kind of like say something, but you kind of like skate around, and it's not getting to the point. And I feel like a lot of people, even Senator Tim Scott, was like, this was racist, needs to be taken down right away. And here you have the person who the post was about, and he kind of like skates around the issue. And I just felt like it was a missed opportunity to ignite the base. So let's listen to it in its entirety, and like I said, then we'll break it down after. Take a listen.
Put a picture of you on an ape's body.
This sort of clown show.
Obama calls Trump a clown. Well, not in so many words, but y'all know this is what he really wanted to say.
Days ago, Donald Trump put a picture of your face on an ape's body. And so again, this is kind of, we've seen the de-evolution of the discourse. How do we come back from the place that we have fallen into?
Well, first of all, I think it's important to recognize that the majority of the American people find this behavior deeply troubling. It is true that it gets attention. It's true that it's a distraction. But as I'm traveling around the country, as you're traveling around the country, you meet people. They still believe in decency, courtesy, kindness, and there's this sort of clown show that's happening in social media and on television. And what is true is that there doesn't seem to be any shame about this among people who used to feel like you had to have some sort of decorum and a sense of propriety and respect for the office, right? So that's been lost. But the reason I point out that I don't think the majority of the American people approve of this is because ultimately the answer is going to come from the American people.
Okay.
Donald Trump put
so let's go back. Like I said, I want to just call out some points here. All right, we don't want to play the whole thing again. Okay, so first of all, watch his body language when he first asked the question, and then Barack Obama kind of has like a little bit of a laugh. Listen.
On an ape's body. And so again, this is
that. What does that mean? Is he laughing saying, yeah, I think it's kind of funny? Or is he laughing saying, I can't believe you did that? What is that little I just think that's a missed opportunity. One
is, this is kind of, we've seen the de-evolution of the discourse. How do we come back from the place that we have fallen into?
Well, first of all, I think it's important to recognize that the majority of the American people find this behavior deeply troubling.
I personally don't find that the majority of Americans find it deeply troubling. There is a lot, but I wouldn't say it's the most. I feel like Donald Trump gets away with this because he's desensitized, especially his people, to think this is a joke. This is just Lion King. What are you talking? This is just social media. And there's a lot of younger demographics, TikTokers, influencers, whatever, that be like, this is just a joke. And they don't know the politics from 30, 40 years ago when this would never happen. So Donald Trump is desensitizing, and I feel like Obama is missing an opportunity to speak to the new generation that's in here and just thinking, the majority of the people, don't like this. Okay.
It is true that it gets attention. It's true that it's a distraction.
I love that part. Now he starts warming up. Donald Trump is just doing this for attention. Donald Trump is just doing this for attention and distraction. Sorry. Now, when this first came out, I did a reel, and I think it was like 8:30 in the morning. Put it on Instagram saying, I know everyone's going to be up in arms, but just remember, this is what Donald Trump does. He tries to get your attention to distract you. And that was at the height of the Epstein and this or whatever. And I'm like, I know he only does this to distract you. I would have liked to have seen Obama say it more directly, because again, that is the way that Trump speaks to his base and to people that don't even like him. He's just very direct. But at least he said it, so I'll give him credit for that.
But, as I'm traveling around the country, as you're traveling around the country, you meet people. They still believe in decency, courtesy, kindness. And
it's questionable.
There's this sort of clown show that's happening in social media and on television. And
this clown show that's on social media and television, is he saying that Donald Trump and his administration is a clown show and they're putting that on social media and television? Or is he saying that we are the clown show on social media and on television, causing all of this clown show? Or is it Trump? Like, you got to be direct. Trump comes out every single chance he gets. Biden was the worst president ever in the history of the world. Obama was this. Obama should be arrested. Now, is most of it true? No. But he says that, and as it's drilled into your head, you'll see people coming in my comment section and be like, Joe Biden was the worst president ever. Well, where did you hear that? Well, I heard it 200 times from Donald Trump, so it must be real. And again, I understand and respect that Obama is two completely different people, completely different presidents, temperament. And that's what I said at the beginning. As for somebody like me, who is a very direct speaker, and I'm like, listen, I'm animated. I really admire the way that he's so charismatic and just cool and calm. Like, I wish I could take a little bit of that, but just not who I am. Right? I call myself Trent out loud for a reason, but I can still respect it. But this is not a personal opinion. I'm talking about the Democratic Party having an opportunity with all of the immigration issues going on, with all of the problem with border patrol, with all of the problems with ICE. Democrats are already winning some mayoral races, some candidate races. The midterm elections are literally up for grabs. If you remember 6 months ago, there was not even a chance in this world that Democrats would even get into the anything in the midterms. It's theirs to lose now. And the former president, Barack Obama, needs to take this opportunity.
What is true is that there doesn't seem to be any shame about this among people who used to feel like you had to have some sort of decorum and a sense of propriety.
Decorum, sense of propriety, shame. Are you talking about Trump? Say his name. You know what I mean? Like, it's hip hop. Like, you're making a diss track. Like, are we talking in circles? Like, is he talking about Kendrick? Is he talking about Cole? Is he talking about, who are you talking about? You are pretty much the leader of the Democratic Party. Call out his name, bro.
And respect for the office, right? So that's been lost.
Kind of indirectly saying he has no respect for the office. So I guess we got to assume it's Trump.
But the reason I point out that I don't think the majority of the American people approve of this is because ultimately the answer is going to come from the American people.
And okay, so that part I agree with. And he's basically saying, look, I'm not going to be overly concerned about Trump. I'm not going to be overly concerned about the things that he's doing on Twitter and all this, whatever, because I have confidence in the American people. And I feel like the American people are going to do what's right. But you thought that last year, and Joe Biden had to step down. Kamala Harris didn't win any swing states. She didn't win the popular vote. And I know some people are going to say it's because Elon Musk bought the thing. I know. But the point is that that's what happened. And to beat the Trump administration, to beat Elon Musk, to beat all the billionaires, you have to come out not with a narrow margin of victory. It has to be overwhelming. I like the interview. It was very Obama-esque. I just think after what happened in Minnesota and where we are at now in February with the midterm elections, I think he could have taken an opportunity to go a little bit harder. I'm going to play for you guys a clip from Donald Trump that everybody has said, oh, he has not apologized, and he has not apologized. But he did say that he didn't like the picture. He said, I wouldn't like it either. So he's admitting that the picture was wrong, but then still goes on to say, well, I'm not going to apologize. So I just want to play it to be fair, because this is like, I'm not trying to say that this is Trump apologizing in any way, but I just want to show you guys that he's actually acknowledging that it was wrong, even though he doesn't want to apologize. Take a listen.
Do you have any questions, John?
Mr. President? Social media post that you took down earlier today, the White House says that a staffer sent it. Who sent it, and are you going to fire them?
No, I looked at it. I saw it, and I just looked at the first part. It was about voter fraud in someplace, Georgia. There was a lot of voter fraud, 2020 voter fraud. And I didn't see the whole thing. I guess during the end of it, there was some kind of a picture that people don't like. I wouldn't like it either, but I didn't see it. I looked at the first part, and it was really about voter fraud in and the machines, how crooked it is, how disgusting it is. Then I gave it to the people. Generally, they look at the whole thing, but I guess somebody didn't, and they posted, and we took it down, and we turned it, you know. But that was a voter fraud that nobody talks about. They don't like to talk about that post. We took it down as soon as we found out about it.
Mr. President, a number of Republicans are calling on you to apologize for that post. Is that something you're going to do?
No, I didn't make a mistake. I mean, I look at.
Would you apologize? No, I didn't make a mistake. You just said you made a mistake. He's like, yo, I saw it. I didn't look at the end. The staffer didn't look at the end. People didn't like it. I wouldn't like it either, so we took it down. Well, do you want to apologize? No, I didn't make a mistake. It's just like, Donald Trump needs to be studied. I'm telling you, it's his craziness. But anyways, just wanted to show you guys, to be fair, that he acknowledged that he wouldn't like it either, okay? All right, that is it for lead news. I got a lot in quick stories. Ray J has blood pouring from his eyes, performs with a heart monitor. Obama has a standing ovation at the NBA All-Star game. Michael Jordan faces huge backlash. This actually should have been in lead stories, but Michael Jordan is facing an enormous amount of backlash. It started this morning, and it's actually ramping up on mainstream media. I didn't even think it would get to mainstream media, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Beyonce sending her cryptic message, and Offset allegedly buys Cardi B 10,000 balloons for Valentine's Day. Let's go over to quick news. All right, let's kick things off with Mr. Ray. I'm going to have to mute this video in the beginning because it has some of Ray's songs on it. I'll leave this to you guys. Is this trolling or is Ray really sick? Take a look. Sorry, we'll take this off now. Just 1 second. That's just me talking. Just wait. Coming from his eyes, and he also performed with a heart monitor on. Okay, sorry, I had to just take that off. Okay, we're gonna put it back on as soon as the music stops. Here we go. Okay. So you see him getting off the stage there. He looks like he's smiling, not in pain. There's that thing on his chest, like, I don't know, is that? You see that smirk? Why are you smirking? If your eyes are bleeding, why are you smirking, sir?
Look at this. Sick. Damn.
Y'all remember this was Ray just a few weeks ago, and he came out and said this.
A rap for me. No, don't say that, brother. Don't say that. No.
Ray would go on in that video to say doctors only give him a year or 2 years left to live due to the excessive drinking and toxins that he's put into his body. I really, really hope that Ray is not trolling us. That blood from his eyes looks a little questionable from me, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because who are we to say? We'll talk about this and more. All right. So like I said there, I put that reel out. Ray is a troller. We know that he is sick. Lauren Rosa had confirmed that, of course, also with TMZ. But when that first came out, I was like, he made that statement on Cam Newton's podcast where he said, hey, the more crazier I get online is the more views and the more people hear about me in the algorithm and the more money I make on stream. And I was like, yo, I really, really, really hope that this man is not playing with our emotions and with health. There's one thing to make money, and then there's one thing to be playing about your health and do stuff for online. And I hope for Ray's sake that he is not using this as a troll, because you do not want to be playing with your health like that. So I'll leave it to you guys. The blood from the eye, y'all let me know if you think that's makeup or if it's real. I think if that was really blood, I think that there would be some more pain, there would be some agony, there'd be something. You try to wipe that away to, try to like, oh my gosh, I don't want people to see that. I don't want them to think something. It looks like he is there like, trying to accentuate it. He's giving out flowers while there is blood from his eyes. But I'll leave that up to you guys to discuss. All right. Next thing is Obama and the Obamas getting a standing ovation at the NBA All-Star Game, which was a complete disaster. I mean, everybody is dragging the All-Star Game in the comment section online, like the slam dunk competition, the three-point competition, the actual All-Star Game, which I completely missed because it came on at 5 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock. And I understand it's because of the Olympics, but if y'all remember back in the day, All-Star Game was like the pinnacle of basketball. You didn't miss a slam dunk competition. You did not miss the All-Star Game. So just really a little bit of a mess. But I think this year with the timing difference, it made things even worse. But one of the highlights was the standing ovation that the Obamas got. And then you'll see a video after with Trump getting booed at an NFL game. So this is kind of like what's going on and what's viral. Take a look. Oops. And there's Trump. Yeah, oh boy, Trumpy. All right, let's now go to what's next? Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan. Oh my gosh. I saw this last night. And at first I was like, yo, I hope this is not AI. I think something's weird because he did win the Daytona 500 race. I know a lot of people are talking about Jordan. And then I woke up this morning and it was like taking over my timeline. Put out a reel this morning about it. And I said in my reel, I think I made a video this morning about it, put it on the YouTube page. And I was like, you guys are not going to hear about this on mainstream media. It's what, 6:30 right now. It's all over TMZ Sports. This is bad for Jordan. Take a look at what is going on.
Into your homes each year.
Michael Jeffrey Epstein Jordan, what are you doing to this poor kid, man? This is disgusting. Michael Jordan faces backlash online after tugging child's shirt and tickling him after NASCAR Daytona 500 win.
Our thanks to Chuck McDonald, Darren Foster, our entire production team, and all of our commentary team. We'll see you from Atlanta next week.
Now, for those of you who don't know, Michael Jordan is a Daytona 500 champion after his NASCAR team wins the title, and this is the first championship for Michael Jordan as an owner. But Mike, this is not the way we celebrate, bruh. Like I'm sure most of you, love Michael Jordan, but I'm sorry, in this climate with the Epstein files coming out and all of these celebrity names, I'm not vouching for nobody. That is just wrong. I don't even care if you know the kid or not. We'll talk about this and... All right, so if I'm not mistaken, his name is Tyler Reddick. He was the one who won. That is Tyler Reddick's son. And like I said on that reel, look, I'm a huge Jordan fan. I have never shied away from that. I built a business off of the back of Jordan brand. All right, selling clothes on the trunk of my car to a national brand, a sneaker boutique. 50% of the sneakers we sold were Jordan. So I owe a lot to Jordan brand and Nike. And I have friends that work there, great partnerships, etc. Dude, this is crazy. This is crazy. And I've seen a lot of people in the comment section saying, oh, this is no more than just like an old man doing this and he's being friendly with a kid. See, this is why the 70s and 80s was like this, because they're just like, oh, man. No. Now we know so much more about mental health. We know so much about trauma. We understand so much more now that this has to be unacceptable. I don't care. And especially what has transpired in the past 6 months, and especially the past month with Epstein, Michael Jordan, this is in a public arena. This is on national television. Like, what are you thinking? Now, I'm not saying that like you should do this behind closed doors, but some things are a little bit different if you're at the guy's house and that's really like your buddy's son. And like, I still think it's weird. And I've seen somebody online saying he was trying to get ice out of his back. And I don't even know if that's real or not. But anyways, I just feel like it's wrong. The tickling on the leg, I just feel like it is wrong. It's wrong. Listen, I have nieces and nephews. I wouldn't do this to my niece and nephews. And a lot of people are like, oh, Jordan grew up in a sport where you tap your what do you call it? Your teammate on the butt and stuff. Okay. It's a little bit different on a basketball court. You heard keyword teammate. Teammate, yo, what up? Good shot, good dunk, or whatever, etc. Bro, it's not your teammate. This is your friend's son, dog. You know what I'm saying? And that is not just a tap. Because if it was a little like, hey, congratulations, I would let it slide. He was going in. All right. So look, y'all sound off below. I can't wait to come to the comment section so you guys can let me know what you think about that. All right. Let's go over to Beyonce, and then after we'll go over to Cardi B. I want to refresh y'all's memory about Jay-Z and Beyonce, because Beyonce has made her return to Instagram. And I made a video earlier today on our YouTube channel saying, Beyonce broke her silence, because y'all know that Beyonce never speaks. The chances of us ever getting a Beyonce interview again, that's something that's like not on her platform, it's not going to happen. So we all know that Beyonce speaks to her Instagram, and her Instagram has been very, very, very quiet. She had a post in November the 27th, 2025. And that was her last post. When Jay-Z was in the Epstein files, yes, we all know it's from an FBI tip line. It was never been researched, et cetera, but the internet took it as Jay-Z was in the Epstein files. There was immense backlash. Myself, other content creators was like, yo, I don't know if Jay-Z can come back for this. There was reports that Jay-Z was skipped town. He wasn't going to be at the Super Bowl. Jay-Z showed up at the Super Bowl with little to no backlash. There was only one video that I saw that somebody captured him outside of a restaurant, and he seemed very uncomfortable, nervous, hoping that the guy wasn't going to bring up the Epstein files, but he didn't. Jay-Z was around spaces that the people are not going to ask him and videotape him. Tom Brady's not going to be like, so what happened with the Epstein files, and what do you think? So when that came out, underneath Beyonce's last post that she put out November 27th, there was tens of thousands of comments saying, your husband's in the Epstein files, you got to leave him, you got to divorce him, Beyonce lost 10 million followers. Jay-Z lost 3 million followers. The NFL unfollowed him. Apple Music unfollowed him. It was a huge thing. I talked about it literally almost for like 3 days straight. The reason why I think Beyonce is coming back out on Instagram now is because Jay-Z seemed to come out kind of unscathed. So I think she's testing the waters now to see, hey, how is her brand doing? Before I show you what she put out on Instagram, I just want to give you a 15-second recap of how things were just 2 weeks ago. Take a look.
And Jay-Z are in trouble. The NFL has unfollowed Jay-Z. Apple Music and Rihanna have also unfollowed Jay-Z. Beyonce and Jay-Z are the most unfollowed IG account in the last 24 hours. Jay-Z being mentioned in those Epstein.
Okay. That was a video I did. It actually kind of went a little viral on Instagram and actually went viral on TikTok. Just times that by 1,000 other content creators that went by. It was everywhere. So Beyonce, I'm not going to show you everything that she posted, but I have the timeline. 5 days ago, she posted a picture with her and Kelly, said happy birthday. If you go to those comments, fairly no mention with Jay-Z, Epstein, or nothing. There's just a few, but I feel like people were like, hey, it's Kelly, Beyonce, happy birthday, Kelly. 4 days ago, she posted a picture, and it was a carousel picture again. She had a new hairstyle, like with a bop, and she had on this flag that said touchdown. It was written touchdown on it. Again, not too many comments about Jay-Z. Then 2 days ago was Valentine's Day. She said happy Valentine's. Everyone's like happy Valentine's or whatever. There's a few kind of like Jay-Z comments in there. And then 15 hours ago, she posted what looked like her pictures from Super Bowl. And she was eating, and there was pictures with an American flag and a Puerto Rican flag, kind of rehashing and co-signing Bad Bunny. Then an hour after that one, she posted another carousel, and look who was in the picture. Her and Jay-Z. After this, she posted this picture. The only thing more powerful than hate is love. So, I ask you guys, has the Carters come out of this situation unscathed? If you go from the past 4 days, you know what? Forget even the Valentine's one. The last two ones that she's posted up. Now it's pretty much around, when I looked at this, it was 15 hours ago. It's probably 20 hours from now. There's no comment with Epstein. There's no comment about Jay, and even Jay is in there. I think Beyonce and Jay-Z know in 2026, if you are able to weather the storm and keep your head down and stay quiet for the week or 2 week news cycle, that people will forget. And I think they're showing you that, because the exact same Instagram that was being unfollowed by 10 million people, flooded with comments, are now like, oh, your hair looks great. Cool. Your body is tea. Yo, that bop is amazing. Yo, blah, 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 blah. It was all done. So the Carters, in my opinion, have come out unscathed. Now, again, a lot of people will say he was never in the Epstein files anyways. Y'all shouldn't have been making this much of a kerfuffle. Vlad literally showed you with his tweets over the weekend. You could put out whatever you want about Jay-Z. People are going to talk about it, and it's just going to quiet down. The one thing that I always say whenever I talk about Jay is there's a lot that's happened in this year with Jay-Z or even from last year. And it's just, there's a lot of coincidences. That's all I'm saying. There's Jay-Z and Diddy. Y'all know where Diddy is. They've been boys for 20 years, even though his lawyer wants to be like, well, they were colleagues. Stop it. Jay-Z and R. Kelly, and I hate to bring that up, but it's just fact. They have 2 albums together, tours, homies. You don't know where R. Kelly is. Then in the Epstein files, not really the Epstein files, but the FBI tip line, it was Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein. You do your research, you look. Harvey Weinstein and Jay-Z were boys. We played videos. We played video with them on the red carpet and Harvey Weinstein being like to a reporter, hey, stop bothering him. This is my friend. He's here to promote his movie or whatever. Boys. You know where Harvey Weinstein is. Then you go to the Jane Doe, which was frivolous and thrown out, but that's still another chink in his armor. He had to literally come out and speak, which he normally does. He had to get a lawyer, etc. And there's Ramir, his son, to be fair, his alleged son, that he refuses to take a DNA test because of his mom's age, of how old the mom would have been. But he's been spending tens of millions of dollars on it. Why not just take the test? Half the world thinks he's your son anyways. You look identical. Why not take the test to just have everybody stop talking? Then there's Desiree Perez with Rock Nation and this and this. And like I said, it just keeps on going on and on and on and on and on. Y'all decide. But I will say, Jay seems to always come out unscathed. All right, let's go over to Cardi B. Which is the next thing taking over my timeline. Now, it's alleged that Offset got Cardi B 10,000 balloons for Valentine's Day. Y'all know that Cardi B and Stephon Diggs are allegedly broken up over Super Bowl. Stephon brought another one of his baby mamas, and she was apparently not supposed to be there. They're at the same hotel, etc. Now, y'all know that Offset don't play about Cardi B. He will do whatever he can to get her attention. This is alleged, but I feel like it's real. I'm going to play this video, then I'm going to stop it because there's a part 2 where Offset's girlfriend allegedly saw and caught wind that he gave Cardi 10,000 balloons, and then she posted what he gave her for Valentine's Day, okay? There's no sound, so I'll just talk over this. Take a look. Hold on. There you go. So there is the alleged balloons. Again, you can clearly see it's not 10,000. Sorry, you can clearly see it's not 10,000 balloons, but it's a lot of balloons. And it's apparently a delivery company. And this apparently was around somewhere where Cardi B was, okay? And Cardi B has a restraining order against Offset, so he cannot come and bring it to her. So that's why he would send a delivery person. Now, this is Offset's, I'll rewind it back. This is Offset's girlfriend. And a lot of people are like, yo, he has a girlfriend. He ain't playing with Cardi B. Yo, Offset is always going to be in love with Cardi B. And I know a lot of you are going to say that's not real love because you cheated on her multiple times. Whatever you want to call it, infatuation, lust, or whatever. He's always going to try to get Cardi B back. Whenever there's an opportunity to try to get Cardi B back, he does. He's done this millions of times before. He's gone on stage, brought her cakes, have done all this stuff. This is why I believe this. And his girlfriend put this out. Happy love day to me. I love you. And here you go. You'll see looks like a diamond bracelet, a diamond necklace. And then it's you'll see after that, there's a rollie that's going to come up next. Yeah. Okay. So again, like I said, this means nothing to me. I could care less what Offset is getting his girl. I feel like these balloons are real. In other Cardi B news, I'm not going to play a video because there's a lot of swearing in it, but Cardi B on her Little Miss Drama tour had a message for Bia. Bia is a rapper who she has beef with. And she says, just because I ain't messing with my baby daddy doesn't mean you get to talk about my baby daddy. And then she went on to perform the song Pretty and Petty, which calls out Bia. And this is the reason why, is because Bia put out this tweet. She says, can you name somebody with more baby mamas than receiving yards? I can, and you know that. We all know that Stephon did not have a great he did not have a great Super Bowl, and he didn't have a lot of receiving yards. So does he have more baby mamas than receiving yards? Yeah, because he probably has like 20 baby mamas. Well, maybe 6, but that's still egregious. I think that's it, right? Yeah, let me just check. There's 2 videos, and yep, that's it. All right, that is it for quick news. I'm coming to the comment section right now to see what you guys think about everything that's going on with the show. Stay tuned, and then I have a really good lesson of the day, okay? We're going to go over to comments right now. All right. As you guys know, we always clap it up. 1 second. Come clap it up. Good show. Thank y'all for sticking around. Before I get to the comment section and see everybody, I have a very, very important question to ask everybody, and stick around because I'm coming to the comment section. We need to discuss. Don't not leave. Just need 1 minute, all right? Is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Yes, they are. If you are not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform, please go to my sponsor below, aura.com/Trent Out Loud, to get your 14-day free trial to see if any of your data has already been exposed. If you are ever wondering how scammers get your cell phone number or why your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your data, and they do it without your consent, and they make billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. That is why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family, friends, and Out Louders. Aura takes care of the hard part for you, automatically, keyword, automatically removing your information off of these sites and keeping it off. Aura is an all-in-one digital security platform. With Aura, you get alerts if any of your personal information is ever found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts if your credit card or banking information is ever found on the dark web, a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager. They also have US-based, round-the-clock customer service in the event that anything should ever go wrong. Aura also includes, not offers, but includes a $5 million identity theft insurance protection package. Try Aura today, free, link below, free for the next 14 days. I'll also put up a QR code here. Take out your phone after the show, and you're with your camera. It will take you right there. It is absolutely free, okay? If you're ever worrying about why you get phone calls and text messages, it is easy to do once you're with Aura. You put in your information. They will go and search on the dark web. You'll see all your information that's out there with a click of a button. It's erased off of the dark web, okay? Also, just want to remind you guys to sign up for the Out Loud membership above me. And also, a lot of people ask, do you have Venmo? Do you have PayPal? What's the best way to give back to the show? The best way is through Super Thanks or through a Super Chat while we're on live. All right, coming over to the comment section. All right, it's back to its old format. Super cool. Well, not old format, because this is like a new kind of format, but whatever. Kim, what up? Kim says, what up to the Out Louders? Shireen says, hey, Trent. Hey, Shireen. What up? Tiffany says, hey, Out Louders. Hey, Trent. What up? Well-Educated Travel says, happy you're feeling better, Trent. Hello, Out Louders. Natasha says, hey, Out Louders. Tara says, hey, Trent, I use my phone and big screen to participate. Look at you, Tara. Shout out to Tara on the 2 streams. Yes. Emily says, welcome to all Out Louders. Tara says, I really think Nancy is no longer with us. They will never find out who took her. Wow, really? That is scary. Sorry for taking a sip of water there, but you think with the full weight of the FBI, you do not think they will find anybody? That's crazy. I really hope she is still here, though. Kim says, hey, Emily, Tara, Natasha, Tiffany, hope all is well with everyone. Crystal says, hey, what up, Crystal? Happy Monday, Trent, my fellow Trent Angels and Out Louders. Let's go. Hello, Kim, Angels. What up, Crystal? Hey, Kim. Crystal, it's sad. I agree, Tara. It's very likely she is no longer with us. Emily said, happy Monday. Kim said, hit that like button. Shout out to Andrew and Katie. What up? I didn't see them. Were they here? I remember like last time, I think they commented they were in Brooklyn, if I'm not mistaken. All right, that's just a bot. Mystery said, hello, Trent. Hello. What up? Streaming from the UK. Hope you're feeling better. I am feeling a little bit better. My head is not hurting that much, but I still feel like kind of hot a little bit. and I'm a little stuffy. I'm trying not to do that snort when I'm on the microphone, but I'm feeling a little bit better today. Thank you very much for asking. I pray that Nancy is still with us for her medication, but also pray she gets back home soon. Tara says, Harvey is trying to get views for TMZ. You said it, not me. If they do believe the person sending the letter knows where she is or who took her, pay him the money. That's what I'm saying. It's TMZ. It doesn't make no sense. Mercy says, it's not looking good for Nancy. Like I mentioned before, I think the powers that be are playing with us on this one. I totally agree, Mystery. Sarah says, DJ Vlad is an awful FBI informant. Why would he say those things about Jay-Z, then say it was all a hoax? I knew somebody was going to say that. Obama is classy, but I would have roasted Trump's disgusting, ignorant. You have to fight power with power, humiliate Trump. Don't let the clown Trump win. Totally agree. Mystery said, hey, Trent, I'm with you with the Obama speech. I think he'll still great friends with Trump even after the ape jab. Them lot just playing with us. Crazy. Obama looks very laid back. He can't be bothered with it all. I know this is personality, but use the opportunity, bro. Jeez. There says Trump is an ignorant coward who thinks he has so much power with us citizens. Need to fight back so that we can reclaim our power. Economy horrible. Groceries going up every week. There needs to be a change. Crystal said she agrees with Tara. At Amy One Candy said, hey, I checked your video and saw you're new on Quick. I have proposal. Oh, it's a bot. Headley says it's crazy. He wants to talk about voter fraud when he has openly admitted he rigged the election with Elon. Somebody says he's a man-child. It's the limitation. Hide a leader of the free world should act. Obama is very graceful, but I wish he would gracefully clap back at Trump. Exactly. I'm not saying he has to be like Trump at all, but you could clap back a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else did. Everybody. People in Trump's administration, Tim Scott was like, this is horrible. This is the most racist thing I've seen come in this administration. It needs to be taken down now. And Brock is just like, well, we see it. There's a clown. Like, bruh, come on. Tara says Ray J is a joke. The blood wasn't real. The heart monitor wasn't real. He's trolling. Totally agree with you. Nipen, the for life says, shouldn't he be resting? Exactly. That's probably Ray J. Sorry. Crystal says, has nobody confirmed whether or not the blood from his eyes are real? Nope, nobody has. I've been checking. From what I read, it's not real. Okay, there we go. Tiffany says he sure wouldn't be on that stage performing if he was that sick. Exactly. Look, I just have a little bit of a cold. I wouldn't be on stage performing. Tara says, I'm a 3X cancer survivor. I have other serious health issues. My eyes have never bled blood. I've had heart monitors on before. That is not a heart monitor. Taped to him is definitely trolling. Wow, thank you for that insight, Tara. Because I don't know anything about heart monitors. I was like, I don't feel like that looks like a heart monitor either. But thank you for clarifying that, Tara. Midlife Seaver says, Ray is our special little brother, wishing him well. Yes, we all do love Ray J, but I just think it's like really disgusting to use something like that. Michael Jordan had no business doing that. Totally agree. Headley said, WTF. Headley said, this is so messed up. Obama isn't stooping to Trump's level. This is well-educated travel. He knows that Trump is looking for a back and forth to distract from the files. I get it. I totally get it. But I feel like Obama in his Obama way could clap back a little bit more. I get what you're saying. I don't think he has to Trumpify the situation, but yikes. But I respect that. I respect your comment. Mystery says Beyonce and Jay keeping their head down and they know how the media platform works as they own quite a few of them. I don't know of any media platforms they own, but Maybe you do, Mystery. Sarah says Beyonce is letting everybody know she's standing by her man. 100%. Well played, Queen Bee. Well played. They are good. I'll give them that. Mercy says, when you control the media, you can control the narrative. The media is a powerful tool. Totally agree. Helen says, Trent, Louisiana, listening to you. What up, Louisiana? I want to come to Louisiana so bad. Tara says, Jay-Z hung out with all of them and came out clean, but he's just like all of them. He's just smarter, which is sad when you think about it, right? Think about the victims. Helen says, this has been 2 different victims at different times. You can't make this ish up. Hey, howdy, Trent, Katie, and Andrew. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Helen says, and it's weird AF that Harvey, Weinstein, Kelly, Diddy, Bill Cosby. Exactly. Super weird. I don't think Jay hung out with Bill Cosby, but crazy. Oh, you guys are back in London, UK. Howdy, Trent, Kate, and Andrew listening from West London. All right, glad you guys are back home safe and sound. Mystery says, Cardi B's life is like a living hell, baby mama and daddy drama, but she is still very rich and seems happy. It is all worth it. Listen, I was actually going to play something today in Lesson of the Day about being rich, but I took it out. Yo, being rich does not mean that you're happy at all. It's probably makes you even a little bit more miserable. I'll just tell you quickly. It was a Shannon Sharp, sorry for my nose. It was a Shannon Sharp question, and somebody said, would you rather have the money that you have, or have a wife and have like a family and have a girl by your side? And he's like, honestly, he's like, I wish I'd have the girl. I wish I'd have the family, then be up, And Shannon is saying that because of what he just went through. He knows what it is to be up and having this girl and that girl and blah, 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 blah. And look what happened to him. He had a case. He lost his $100 million. He went for the money, left so it's not always about money. I understand what you're saying though, Mystery, because I know the type of person you are, but man, I don't think Cardi B is as happy as she lets out to be. I think she's, you know what it is like to have a restraining order on the father of your 3 children? Cardi B said one of the reasons why her album was so delayed is because of her problems with Offset. Sometimes she said she couldn't leave the house. Not like because she's scared of him, but just because of how depressed she was. And I'm telling you, when you live in a big house and you have all this money and you have all of this stuff, it actually makes you more depressed when you're depressed, because you're like, yo, this sucks that I have every single thing I dreamed of. But then you forget to dream of the most important things, which is a good marriage and a good husband and wife and, a family and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? Anyways, Cardi made her bed, she has to lie in it, right? Helen says, all in prison and Jay, good friends to all of them. Tara says, Offset is in love with Cardi B. Always the girlfriend needs to sit down. Yes, she got jewelry, so that's Cardi's jewelry. Make that look fake. Brandy says, wow, love how trash keeps talking trash. Obama is a... I don't even want to say that. Thank you for your comment, though, Brandy. We accept comments from both sides around here. Helen says, it's just... What? It's just no way his hands are clean. You're talking about Jay-Z. Hey, June, what up? Hello, Mr. Trent. How are you feeling today? I hope you are much better than yesterday. I am saying ciao bella from Italy. Oh, ciao bella, June. Thank you very much. I love like global this show is. I love it. I love it. I love it. I am feeling a little bit better. Thank you very, very much. For those of you who don't know, I'm starting back doing videos on the video page. So now there'll be videos and lives. And yesterday I started back and I was like, yo, I'm sick. And I don't feel like getting dressed. So I did it in my robe and my do-rag on. But yeah, we're family here. So I know y'all will accept me. You know what? I think I'm going to make it a thing. I think I'm going to do Sunday videos in a row, even the days I'm not sick. Because that's just how I just like to be on my Sundays. So when those names are all together, I can't know. Soren says cheap view. Okay, it's a bot anyways. Key says, hi, Trent. Came back from Brooklyn yesterday. All right, I'm glad you are back, and I'm glad you both are safe and sound. Mitchie says, great show again, Trent, and glad you made the stream, although you were not feeling well over the weekend. Thank you very much, Mystery. Sarah says, Cardi B has a broken heart. She wants a husband and a family. She needs to love herself. Then she can find love. She's broken and needs healing and therapy. Tara, oh my gosh. My God, this horn is broken again. Producers, I need a new horn, okay? Yeah, I totally agree with you, Tara. Look, Cardi B's a grown woman. You know what I mean? Like, we all warned her about Stefan. We all warned her. And we all agreed, like, yes, it's time to walk away from Offset. But to go right with Stefan, the guy who is worse than Offset, like, you know, I have a hard time feeling sorry for him. But you're 100% right. I agree with you. Tara says, I watched all 3 videos yesterday. Bah, 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 bah. Go, Tara. Go, Tara. Thank you. I love that. Rishi says, Trent, you're right. Money isn't everything. I'd rather be poor and happy. Exactly. I agree with Tara as well. Ram Cardi B. All right. Okay. Not a lot of trolls in the comments today. It was more out louders in the comments. I kind of missed them a little bit, but it was fun today to, it's a little bit easier for me when there's no trolls, but I like the trolls, I'm telling you. It's fun to discuss. I think there was one that said something about Barack. All right. That's it for comments. I'm going to go over to lesson of the day, and then I'm going to do my sign outs, and then I'll read any more comments that are there. Okay. So please feel free to leave any more comments. I will be back in 2 minutes. All right, let's go over to lesson of the day. Oh my gosh, my nose is bothering me. Hey, Crystal, I got through comments without yawning. That's because there wasn't 400 of them, but still. Okay. Woo! Woo! All right, I made it, guys. Woo! My nose is just bothering me. Okay. Lesson of the day. All right, I think you guys are going to really like this one. Where are we here? All right, lesson of the day. Let's go.
Signs you know someone's going to be successful. First sign, they hate rules. They love pushing against the boundaries, and they love asking questions and challenging the status quo. Average people are good at following rules and given assignments and executing them. Sign 2, really successful people take action quick.
Hold on. You know what? I want to just talk about that one. I don't want anybody to think that, like, I'm trying to encourage anybody to break the rules. That's not what that is about. It's about being able to think outside of the parameters, and not necessarily the rules like the law or whatever, but the typical rules of what society puts for us. If you're this type of person, then you'll be good at this. If you're doing this, if you were born here, if you're this, if you're that, you got to think outside of the box and to think outside of our parameters. I have always been like that since I was a kid. You can talk with my mom. I would always, why this? Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? You're always thinking of challenging the rules and changing the rules and bending the rules and pushing limitations. Okay. Let's continue to the next one.
Really successful people take action quick. The most successful entrepreneurs I've ever met are the quickest to get back to me in messages. And sign number 3.
Okay, I love this one so much. It's not necessarily about doing something quick, because sometimes things take long to do. Some things are monotonous, but it's the taking action quick and not, oh, well, I think this. No. I had a talk Saturday night about, I think I should get back and do videos. Person I was talking to was like, yeah, I think that's a good idea. I didn't even tell them that. I presented something and I was like, hey, look at this. And they're like, hey, I think you should go back doing videos on your page. I was like, that's exactly what I thought. I'm glad I didn't tell you you thought the same as me. Boom. Woke up the next day, got it done. I actually said to myself, you know what? I'll start it on Monday. At first I was like, you know what? I'm going to start it at the end of the month. And then I was like, bump that. I'm going to start it on Monday. I woke up Sunday. I was sick. I was like, why am I going to wait till Monday? I'm starting Sunday. You know what I mean? Like, you cannot waste time. You got to go right away. And, you know, she's leaving the comment of like the most successful people get back to her right away. I also think that comes from a place where people like to act as if like they have so much going on and they're so busy and they're so this. Listen, there's a time when I had a national brand, literally people calling down my phone, super busy, traveling every day. You can get me at any time. Everybody knows that they could call me anytime, text me. I'd write you back right away. I don't play those games. People that want to be successful, people that have a big dream. You guys know I've said this a million times. I even say this on my sign out. Like, I'm not doing this for fun to do this. I'm doing this because I'm thinking about having a channel and having a platform 20 years from now, 30 years from now. I feel like new media is just on the cusp of changing. I don't sit around and waste time. I go, and you got to go. And, you know, people that try to act as if like, oh, that's not how successful people minds work. And the last one, take a look.
You know someone's going to be successful is nothing's ever good enough. They're always asking, what's next? What can I improve? And how can I get better?
I love that so much. Nothing is ever good enough. I mean, sometimes I feel like that might be a little bit of a bad quality for me, because it's like you're just always wanting something more, and you're always wanting the next thing, and always pushing. And I have learned to make sure to I want to make sure I choose my words wisely, to segment that, and to make sure that I don't want more material things. And I think that may have not been good for me, how I used to think. And now I compartmentalize that, and I make sure the not good enough is only in a positive way. How am I going to make my show better? How am I going to make myself better? And me being good is never good enough. Like, you know, therapy, that is never good enough. Or being healthy, you never want to be too healthy. You know what I mean? You never want to stop or be satisfied with how my show is going. I always want to try to make my show better. And I think that's what they're talking about. But be careful. There's certain things, like material things, that are good enough that you could just slide. So that is my lesson of the day. I can't remember what the first and third was, but you guys can rewind it. Those were my lesson of the day. I'm jumping over to my sign out right now. All right, quick sign out. Then I'm coming over to the comment section for last comments. I know Crystal is probably typing up something right now because she always has some good sentences to back up my lesson of the day. Before I let you guys go, just want to remind you guys of 3 things. 1, please, if you are looking to give back to the show, you can give back while we are live in the super chat or after we post in a super thanks. You might see it at the bottom of the video. You see a thanks button. Sometimes you might have to go to the comment section. There's 3 little dots. You just press that. A thanks will come up. That is the best way to give back to your favorite YouTube host. The second thing to remind you guys is please sign up to become an Out Louder today. You'll see an Out Loud. You'll see a join button above me or a membership tab. You'll see all the information right there. And thirdly, if you're ever wondering if any of your personal information, social security, credit card, use the link below. It's Aura. It's absolutely free for 14 days. You will, with a click of a button, they show you your information and you say erase and delete and do not let these scammers get my information again. It's absolutely free. Okay, so make sure you use the link below. Also, before I let you go, I just want to remind you of all the three ways to keep up with the Trent Out Loud show. The first one is for people who love podcasts. We're available on all podcast platforms. Head on over to any pod site, type in Trent Out Loud. The show will pop up. Do not forget to hit the follow and subscribe button so you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And we upload 5 days a week. And we upload throughout the day on the weekends now because we are back doing 5 to 10 minute, I don't know what, I got to find a name for them. I don't know. Hits, daily hits, out loud hits. We'll find a cool name for them. How about the Angels? Y'all get together and find a cool little name, all right, for the videos, the 10, 15-minute videos on my video page. So yes, podcast, we are now uploading our quick clips or out loud clips, whatever they're going to be, on podcast platforms and our daily shows. Second way to keep up with the show is my favorite way. People who like to watch shows like this with video, head on over to YouTube, type in Trent Out Loud. 6 things I'm going to need you to do when you're over on YouTube. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Get the algorithming. You need that. If you see a hype button, please give me a hype too, but not everybody has it. The third thing is please try to comment below. I love all the live comments. Y'all know that, but please try to comment below. For the people who miss the lives, I don't want them to just be 1 or 2 comments. We need to carry on the conversation. So whatever you feel like you commented here, please, if you can, comment below. If you're watching this after, let us know your comments. We like to see if you're enjoying the show. And also, we love to have a community and have a conversation. That is the point of this show. You guys are my co-hosts. I need you. Now, for those of you who don't feel comfortable joining the conversation, I do not want you to feel any pressure. One of the things that you can do, though, is let me know what country or city you're watching from, just like June saying, Ciao Bella from Italy. I love it. I look at all the comments before I go to bed, and I love to see how global the show is. So just let me know where you're watching from. Makes me feel good. Fourth of all, please, if you're really enjoying the show and this platform and you know like-minded people like us, please try to share it with your family, friends, and loved ones. It helps in growing the channel. Fifth, sign up for the Out Loud membership. And 6, if you would like, you can give us a super chat or super thanks with the buttons somewhere on the YouTube channel. Third way to keep up with the show is new for 2026. We are streaming daily at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We stream on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, as you guys know, in 2 different formats. I just told you at the top of the show, Out Louders, commenters. I think the best way for you guys to chat with each other is click on the TV format. If you're on your TV or laptop and there's a black box, you're on the wrong format. If you're on your phone, you know you're on the right format, okay? So 2 formats on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Kick. Oh, yes, that reminds me. I'm going to go over now to see if there's any Instagram comments, and I'm also going to take a comment from our post. Lainey says she's going to get mad at me and stop watching all the way from South Africa, Johannesburg, if I don't take the comments like I used to do and not just live comments. So I'll be doing that right now, okay? So, yes, streaming, all platforms, video, YouTube, podcast platforms. You know how you do, yeah, boy. I can't believe I'm in such a good mood on a Monday and I'm sick. This is crazy. All right. Those are 3 ways. Lastly, before I let you go, for those of you who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all social platforms, and it's also the same handle, Trent Out Loud, and the most active on Instagram. And speaking of Instagram, you got to follow me on the Trent Out Loud show. Just joking. I told you I'm in a good mood. This is weird. You got to follow me on the Trent Out Loud show on IG. I'm very active on there. I have a lot of fun. It's where I can speak to you guys during the day, in the morning, lunch, even on the weekends. Quick takes. That Michael Jordan thing, I really play really quickly for you. And it's fun. Sometimes it's just rolling out of bed. That's where I got the whole idea for in my robe and my do-rag. But it's just fun. If you like this show, on Instagram, I'm a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more kind of, I'm never scripted here, but it's just a little bit more fun. So follow both platforms. All right. Make sure you check us out there. All right. That is it for my outtakes. Let me go over to, before I go over to this live comment section here. Oh, I missed my place. Hold on. Where was I? Okay. Before I do that, I'm going to go over to Instagram. We're going to do Instagram comments because it doesn't feed into my thing, which drives me nuts. Do we have any Instagram comments? Instagram comments. All right. Hey, Kim commented over here. For some reason, I got kicked out of the comment section on YouTube. So I'm over here on Instagram viewing the show, shaking my head. What? How could they kick out Kim? She's the leader of the Out Louders. Come on, Instagram. How can you do that? Kim, were you on the TV one? I've heard the TV one is the best one to be on. Somebody else said something. I think The Dream put some celebratory emojis. Thank you very, very much for that, Daydream. And that was it over there. And now we will go live while you guys are watching. We're going to go over to where should we go? Let's go to the last Instagram post. Let's go to our last Instagram post. Get a comment from there. Here. I'm going to do a live Instagram post from the last Beyonce one. View all comments. Okay, right here. I'm going to scroll down. Scroll down. Stop right here. Comment is Offset needs to go home, love Cardi, and sit down and raise them kids and a family. I think that's kind of like what everybody has said, right? I'll just read another one. Some here. Boston can't wait to sing to Cardi's songs. Cool. Sorry, and that was Wanda Soul. And here I'll read last one. Cheryl says, yes, Jay-Z and his daughter were seen at the Super Bowl. Was Beyonce. I didn't see her. I saw him acting like a cool dad, taking pictures of her. And it was all a stunt, right? Because nobody gonna give them backlash. Why he's there with his daughter, correct? That's all smoking mirrors. That's all a publicity stunt. Look at him. Go, daddy, go. I think she was kind of maybe trolling me on there. I'm not too sure. All right. Those were the live YouTube comments. Love to see that Beyonce video that I just posted up is doing well. Shout out to us. We got a live section going 5 days a week. And now we're getting back to the video section. Yo, shout out to the Out Louders. Okay. We got some new comments here. Hold on. I lost my place. Question. Hold on. Is it here where I left off? Hold on. Okay, here we go. This was Mystery says, you're right, Trent. It's not about money. Okay. I agree with Tara. I need the Mellow Live today. It was awesome. Thank you very much. I like that, Tara. Well, I like that I was able to provide that for you, Tara. Mystery said, question of the day, you have to think outside of the box to be very successful. If you stay in the box, you are stuck in a rut. Totally agree with that. Crystal says, whoop, whoop, I'm proud of you, Trent. No yawning. Bah, 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 bah. I know Crystal will be super proud of me. I have to go and blow my nose, though. Anyways, Katie says, it's a good set of achievable and realistic goals in life. That's from Katie and Andrew. Tara says, awesome live. Thank you so much. Crystal says, the most successful artists never paint inside the lines. I told you that Tara would have. Oh, I have this. I can wipe my nose. Jeez, sorry, guys. I love this. Most successful artists never paint inside the lines. Come on, Crystal with the one-liners. Thank you so much for that, Crystal. Mystery says, good night, Trent, and all the Out Louders and Angels, too. Hey, Angels, please help me come up with, because Don Lemon, I think when he does his videos, it's like hot takes. We've got to come up with something cool, maybe TOL takes. TOL takes. I kind of like that. TOL takes. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Citizen Kane, what up? What's up, Trent and Out Louders? Missed y'all. Hold on. Sorry, I read that wrong. Y'all missed me? Yes, we did miss you, Citizen Kane. Glad you are back. Crystal says, if you wait to start, of course, Crystal has more. Come on. My co-host. If you wait to start your ideas, you'll end up overthinking, clouding the ideas, and doubt yourself. If you want to start a diet, it's not I'll start tomorrow, it's I'll start today. Love that, Crystal. Crystal says, or a cold plunge, you have to jump in. You have to jump right in. Love that, Crystal. Hey, Citizen Kane with the $10 super thanks. My guy. Hey, producer, maybe it's not broken. Oh. I still need a backup one anyways. Citizen Kane, thank you so much, my brother. Really appreciate you. Crystal says, and yes, so nothing is ever good enough and you are always striving for better. Then you are a person who will never just settle. Exactly. I was a little afraid to say it, but Crystal always says what I'm trying to say perfectly. Katie says, Trent, keep up those happy vibes. Thank you very much, Katie. Crystal says, hey, Citizen, what up, what up? Shout out to our boy Citizen. Crystal said, whoop, whoop. What up, Crystal? Hope you're not sick anymore. Vibes sent. It wasn't Crystal that wanted to, was it Citizen that wanted to send Crystal like a super thanks or a super chat or send her money or something? Somebody wants to send Crystal money. Crystal's famous around here, y'all. Citizens, make sure y'all smash that like button. Word. Thank you very much. June says, I'm happy to hear that you are much better. The Lord is your strength. Thank you so much for that, June. Hey, the professor's in here. Hi, Trent. Hi, professor. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? I was kicked out also. Really? Tell me if you guys were kicked out of the mobile one or the TV one. I really want to know. Takes out loud. Ooh, Crystal. I like that. Takes out loud. I like that, Crystal. Somebody said, sorry, this is the professor says, I suggest TOLS. Well, what does TOLS stand for? Trent Out Loud. What is it? Trent Out Loud Shorts? Tell me what TOL. I'm going to write that down. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Crystal said takes out loud. Hold on. Takes out loud. I think, can I do a poll here? Can I do a poll? No, I can only do it when you're on. Anyways, takes out loud. And then the other one was TOLS. I like the abbreviation because then it won't take up so much room. Like, you know, when I do these, how I put episode 684, that already takes up like 5 characters and you only have 100 characters on a YouTube channel. So I like takes out loud, but it does take up a lot of room. TOLS. I just want to know what that stands for. Hold on. Yeah, okay. TOL Shorts. Ooh, I like that, professor. I like that. TOLS. Whoop, whoop. Love that. Citizen Kane says, I concur with the last video. I've been an entrepreneur since 2006. I'm my own boss. YW for the super chat. Oh, you're welcome for the super chat. Thank you, Citizen Kane. Emma says, I don't know what happened. Super weird. Anyways, at least you're back. But just to let you guys know, lives are always a little bit finicky. I remember even when I used to be live at the Diddy trial, it's a little bit finicky. Plus, I'm broadcasting to 6 different lives. So sorry if it does kick you out, but just make sure you come back in, okay? Mars, what up? Hey, Mars made it. What up, Mars? Hey, Trent. Glad I got in late. Did anybody watch NBA All-Star Weekend? For the first time ever, I forgot all about it. That's exactly what I said, Mars. I was out Saturday, and I was like, hold on, when's the slam dunk competition coming on? I look and searched, and it was already like midway through. I missed the 3-point competition. It was just really bad. Again, I understand it was because of the Olympics, but if this was back in the day, I mean, this is not acceptable. But yeah. And yesterday what was I doing? I think I was recording a short, a TOL short. And I was like, okay, I'm going to edit it up. And then I ate and I sat down. And I'm chilling. I'm like, okay, it's around 7:30. I'm going to turn on the TV now because I'm sure the All-Star game is going to come out at 8 o'clock. There was 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I didn't even see nothing. Anyways, horrible. Anyways, thanks for making it to the live. Mars, Citizen Kane says, yes, I asked her for her Cash App 2 weeks ago. That was me. Citizen Kane, we love how crazy you are. Professor said, yes, it is TOL Shorts. Crystal says, whoop, whoop. Yes, wait, you wanted my Cash App? I tell you, Crystal is big around here, yo. Hey, do poll for tomorrow's comments. Yeah, but where I'm at now, I'm using StreamYard, and I can't. If you guys give me a second here, let me just see. No, I could do banners. There's media assets. Let me see if there's polls. No, there's no polls. I could do styles, notes, people. What's people? No. Private chat. No, I can't do polls. Sucks, huh? Yeah, I can't do polls on this. If I was on just the YouTube alone, I would be able to do it, but I can't. Whatever. I'll poll you guys anyways, man. I want the out louders anyways, so it's what's most important to me. Crystal said, damn. Mars says Trent's takes. That's cool too. But I think we need abbreviations, but I'll write that down. Trent's takes. Crystal says, it's my first and last name, I think. I think though you're talking about your Cash App. I like takes out loud. Yeah, I like takes out loud too, but it's a lot to write. By the time I write takes out loud, you're not even going to see what the show is about. Let me see. Yeah, so let me see. Like EP and then 3 numbers. That's 5. So just right now, EP and then the 6 letters, and then I start. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, it'll be too much. I like Trent's takes too, but it'll be takes out loud. It'll be too much. Omar's, that's good too. Then Crystal liked it. We like each other's. Of course, y'all do. Mystery says TOLS for short, but I like Crystal's one too. I know. Takes OL, maybe. I mean, maybe I don't even have to put anything in front, but I think it would be cool to put something in front just so you can identify it. Hey T, yes. Hi earlier today to you, out louders and angels. Before, but never registered. Oh, you said hi out loud, but it never registered. All right, we got you, Mars. Citizen Kane says, again, my comment got skipped. I made this dope R&B album called Echo Soul. I sent you the link to your IG DM. You're going to love it. Then shared with Crystal and Kim after. Thanks, management. I never skipped your comment, bruh. I never skipped your comment. I just saw you come in. I read every single comment, but I didn't see it in my IG, but I'll check after. Citizen said, Crystal, say less. Crystal, you got some money coming in, yo. The professor says she loves all suggestions. And Mars says, Crystal, yes, takes OL too. All right. Yo, you know what? I did say I kind of missed the trolls, but it was actually kind of nice it just being us today and we could just talk amongst us out louders. It was kind of cool. I can't lie. Very cool. Hey, somebody said, Nicole said, it's cool. This is it. I don't think I've seen this comment before. I think you might be new. Welcome, Nicole. And you're the last comment, so I'll give you the last comment. It's cool. I don't know exactly what you're saying is cool. I think you're talking about the names, but make sure y'all check out the video section. The video section, I will have lives now and also video sections. Of course, some things will overlap, but those videos, they'll talk more in length. So for example, like the Obama and Trump, I talk about it for 25 minutes. I play more videos here. I'll touch on it for like 5 minutes, etc. Okay. Hold on. People are a good boy. I don't know what that means. Careful. Citizen Kane, what are you giving another super thanks? Bam, 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 bam. And it matches my button. Citizen Kane is giving me another super thanks because he connected with Crystal and he has Crystal's Cash App, so he's happy. Bam, 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 bam. Yo, I wish you all the best, man. Hey, and it's Valentine's Day just passed, so love is in the air. I hope y'all here. All right, yeah, okay. I'm not gonna be reading Nicole's comments. I think you're trolling in there, so we will not do that. We will sign out with Citizen Kane's last comment. Thank you guys very much for kicking with me. Have a happy Monday. I hope I was able to get you guys through your day. You guys, I think, got me through my Monday. I think that's maybe why I was happy. I did some videos over the weekend, not feeling good, but coming and talking with you guys, I'm sure that's what made me in a good mood. I hope it put y'all in a good mood. If you haven't checked out over the weekend, go over to the video section. I think I put up 4 videos. I also put up a lengthy video with Beyonce. Make sure y'all check that out. Give me some likes. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some hypes. Give me some comments, and I will see y'all tomorrow for Tuesday. We get excited for Tuesday because then like hump day is around the corner. All right, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna go blow my nose. Peace. I love y'all. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.